Now, before you go, Peter, you told me once you had a Brumby, and in New South Wales, the New South Wales government has launched on a program. They've, I think, inflated the number of Brumbies in the snowy area, and they're culling them, not culling them in any kind way. They're culling them in a very cruel way, that is from helicopters. And the poor horses are being shot, and of course they're not being destroyed. They go into a terrible situation there. And there's a big demand in New South Wales, apparently, which can't be fulfilled, of homing them, of breaking them in, because they make marvellous horses. And I think that was your experience, was it not, Peter?
Yeah, no, exactly. As a child, I had horses. I remember I was in hospital actually, 8 years of age, having my appendix out, and my parents come in and saw me, and I said to Dad, gee, I wouldn't mind a Brumby, and he bought me one. And anyway, a guy up the road from our little farm that we had back in those days, because Dad was a butcher, had his own butcher shop in town, and broke it in, and it was an absolutely magnificent horse. And people have got to realise with these Brumbies have mated with thoroughbred horses, because, we've had thoroughbreds on stations and everything like that. So, with all this breeding, crossbreeding and so on, these horses are pretty intelligent, I can assure you. To just go out and shoot these animals are disgusting. And we're shooting, the whaler horses in the Northern Territory out of helicopters as well. These whaler horses were absolutely magnificent in the First and Second World Wars. They could walk long distances because they didn't need as much water. And we're destroying, it's almost like we're destroying our history in every way possible. These horses, Brumbies, whaler horses, Captain Cook's statue, and the list goes on. So I think it's about time we have a degree back to real democracy and real conservative politics.
Well, that's supposed to be the reason why they're being got rid of, being exterminated in New South Wales, because the minister believes that there's a link with colonialism and you have to get rid of that. And the federal government, Tanya Plibersek, has announced a program which is to really liquidate all Brumbies in Australia, to get rid of them all in Australia, which seems to me to be excessive and unnecessary, particularly as we know, apparently in New South Wales, that there is this demand. They call it homing the horses. There's an enormous demand. They can't fulfill it, of getting Brumbies and using them as domesticated horses. Peter, thank you very much. And congratulations for all you're doing, and keep up the good job with Flag Australia. It's a wonderful organisation, a wonderful name, and I know you're doing wonderful work there in South Australia. Thank you.
Much appreciated, David. Good to talk.